Hi, my name is Allison Gabriel. I'm the Thomas J. Howatt Chair in Management and Director of the Center for Working Well here at the Mitchell E. Daniels Jr. School of Business at Purdue University. Treating mothers, particularly new mothers, differently when they come back to work is really important. I think there's a misconception that going on maternity leave is some kind of break or vacation. And in fact, it could be really detrimental to women that are going out on leave to feel like people are perceiving it that way. Becoming a mom is a huge identity shift for women, right? You're recalibrating what it's like to be a person at home, a person at work, a person in your community. And so by acknowledging that something really momentous happened, that you are on leave to take care of a new person and take care of yourself, that's a really important signal to mothers coming back into the workplace that people recognize that that shift has happened, and that they weren't a burden while they were out. I think that's also one of the biggest fears that women have of going on leave, is that if it's perceived as a vacation or just some kind of temporary break, that people are going to make them feel a little bit more like they were a problem to be gone. And that's what we're trying to avoid. We want people to feel supported before, during, and after the leave. And so acknowledging that the leave happened, that it happened to have a baby, is a really important supportive signal. So postpartum depression, the estimates for women, they vary depending on the source, but on average what we tend to see is about 15% of individuals who have babies are diagnosed. The diagnosis of postpartum depression typically happens within the first couple of weeks, which means it's coinciding with when most people are on leave. So you can imagine that not only are you on parental leave and navigating, this event that just happened to you and this baby, but now you're getting a diagnosis layered on top of that. But an important caveat here is that it's not just that the diagnosis can happen in the first couple of weeks, it can actually happen in the first year postpartum. So that means from an organizational perspective, a coworker, a supervisor perspective, that the individuals in your life who have had kids and are coming back to work can have this happen to them at any point during that first year. So that means it's not just important to support people right when they re-enter the workplace, but throughout the entirety of that first year and beyond. Yeah, so our team's been trying to study this because there's lots of discussion that we know people need to be supportive of mothers in the workplace, but there's a lot of question around, well, what does that even mean, right? What does it mean to be a supportive? What are the exact behaviors? And so my colleagues and I have been looking at this for the last couple of years. At the end of the day, it's about what are the policies and practices and how can I help share those with you? I recognize that you are a mom now. Tell me about that experience. I'm so excited for you. And also, hey, we're so glad you're back. I think those three broad things especially are going to be really important for moms. These policies and practices help companies in a few ways. One is that it's going to help increase retention, right? We talk to a lot of women in our research. We do interviews, we do surveys, and one of the really consistent findings is that women say that they are choosing to stay in organizations that they feel support them at work and at home, right? So sending signals that it's a flexible workplace, recognizing that people have these really rich family lives, that is a great signal, and it's going to keep people in your organization. We also have preliminary data saying that when people feel better, they're more likely to also recommend that the workplace is a great place for moms to work, right? So it's not only are they staying, but there's word of mouth implications that they're going to tell their people, hey, this is a great place to work. The other way that it's really beneficial is it's going to help the well-being of your workforce, right? So our research on what we call postpartum allyship, these acts of recognizing the mother and the worker identity, of navigating the HR infrastructure, those relate to lower levels of postpartum depressive symptoms, right? So you're going to have a healthier workforce. You're going to have a workforce who feels like they can do it, right? That they are going to see ways that they can balance work and family and motherhood together. And all those signals are going to create a culture where people are there and they want to stay and they feel like they can celebrate all aspects of themselves.